Hello dear students, hope you are fine. Our today's topic is estimation, and in this estimation we will be learning about rounding off and significant figure. So how we'll be doing rounding off and how we'll be getting the significant figures, this is our today's topic. So let's go move towards the topic. First topic is of rounding off. The rules of rounding off is easy. We have done it earlier in the previous classes, but we will be getting a revision. So we can see that if we are taking a round off, so it means we are removing some of the numbers. So if the first removed number is 5 or more, 1 will be added to the next remaining number. So how it will happen? So let's see the example. This example says round off 345.65742 to 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places means we will be keeping after decimal point 1 and 2 numbers, means 6 and 5 will be keeping remain, but rest of the numbers 7, 4, 2, 1 will be deleted. So you can see that 345.65 is keeping the same, and 7, 4, 2, 1 will be removed, but first removed number, which is 7, you can see in red color, is in the category of 5 or more number. So the number which is 5 or more, what to do with the policy? It says 1 will be added to the next remaining number. So the next remaining number is plus 1, means we'll be adding plus 1. So 345.65742 rounded to 2 decimal places is 345.65, and 5 will be added plus 1 because the number which was 7 removed, it was more than 5, so that's why it is 345.66, which is our answer. Another example, if the first removed number is not 5 or more, nothing will be added to the next remaining number. For example, round off 323.242478 to 2 decimal place. So again the same pattern will be doing here. We will be keeping the 2 numbers and rest of the number will be deleting, but the first removed number is 2, which is not in the category of 5 or more. So that's why our answer will be the same 323.24. So this is the rounding off value. Now come to the topic of significant figure. In significant figure, we are working on counting the numbers which can be converted into scientific notations. So we'll be removing some of the numbers and how the significant figures and decimal rounding off have some different. So let's check it out. The rules of significant figure. First rule is all non-zero digits are significant. For example, 192, all 3 are non-zero, so it is a 3 significant figure. 83.76, though it's a decimal point, but decimal point doesn't work here. We'll be counting only non-zero numbers, so that's why it is a 4 significant figure. Similarly, 3 is a single number, so it's a one significant figure. 4.5 is 2 significant figures as well. Now the second rule is all zeros between non-zero digits are significant, means countable. So we'll also be counting it. So for example, this is a number 506, so 0 is in between the non-zero numbers, so that's why it's also count as significant. So 506 is 3 significant figure. Similarly, 1.099 is 4 significant figure. We are counting 0 because it's inside the non-zero number, so that's why it's counting as significant. Similarly, 3.0021, so 00 is also included in the significant non-zero number, so this is why it is also will be considered as significant. Similarly, the last number is 0 and 8 and 00 and then again 1. So you can see that all zeros are between non-zero numbers, so that's why they are also called significant. So that's why this number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 significant figures. Now come to the third rule. The third rule says if in a decimal all zeros after a non-zero digits are significant. For example, This is a number in which you can see that in the decimal places the ending zero will be considered as significant if there is a decimal number. So that's why it is of 3 significant figure. Now come to the next one. The first zero is between non-zero numbers, so this is significant, and ending zero are after the decimal point, so they are also significant. So that's why this is of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5 significant figure it is. Now come to the next example in which you can see that this is 0 in between non-zero numbers, and this is 0 the ending 0 of decimal, so those zeros are significant and non-zero are already significant, so that's why it is of 4 significant figure. Now the rule number 4, now we'll be discussing about not significant, which numbers are not significant. Previously 3 examples were about significant numbers, but now we'll be discussing about non-significant figures. So this is a decimal or zeros before non-zero digit is non-significant. For example, these are the zeros, but before is in decimal places, but the beginning zeros. In decimal places, the beginning zeros will not be considered, so that's why 21 will be considered as 2 significant figures. So 21 is 2 significant figures. Now this is one. Here you can see that there are not ending zeros, but in between non-zero numbers, so that's why these zeros are significant, these 2 zeros. But the first zero before the decimal is non-significant, so that's why it is a 4 significant figure. Now this is again, you can see in another example, the beginning zeros are 0.000. These are the beginning zeros, so we are not considering them as significant, but the ending zero, these are not ending zeros, but in between the zeros are significant, so that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so these are 6 significant figures. Now come to the last another example. So beginning zeros are not significant, but the ending zeros are significant. So that's why, and non-zero are also significant, so that's why it is of 4 significant figures. Now we'll be discussing about that number which are sometimes significant, sometimes not significant. It's depends upon situation, vary to vary upon the situation. So let's see the example that those zeros are in whole numbers. In whole numbers mean non-decimal numbers. If the ending zeros are there, so ending zeros will be considered as non-significant. So here you can see that there is a whole number, means non-decimal number, so ending zero will not be considered as significant. So that's why 38 is in 380,000 meter, 38 is significant, so ending zeros will not be significant, so that's why it is of 2 significant figures. Similarly, it is 380,000, the same number is there, but it is to the nearest 10 meter. So 10 meter means this is of 10, so we will be considering this as unit, like 0 is unit, and the next number is tens. So we will be keeping till tens, and all till number till tens will be considered as significant. So that's why this is tens, 100,000, 10,000 and 100,000 all will be considered as significant except the tens. So because this is saying, so that's why it is of 4 significant 5 significant figure. Now come to this one, the same number, but it is nearest 100 meters. So that's why unit, tens will not be considered, but the hundreds and thousands and 10,000 and 100,000 will all be considered. When 1,000 is considering, it means 10,000 and 100,000 will also be considering. So that's why it is of 4 significant figure. Similarly, this is of nearest 1,000 meter, rounding to the nearest 1,000 meter, and then we are considering this as, so that's why this is of 380,000, so that's why 380 will be considered as 3 significant figure. Now this is of to the nearest 10,000, so nearest 10,000 means this is of unit, 10, 100, 1,000, and 8 will be considered as 10,000, and 300 will be considered as 100,000. So 100,000 and 10,000 will be considered as significant figure, and already we know that this is of 2 significant non-zero numbers, so there are already been 2 significant figures. So in another example you can see that this is to the nearest kilometer. So nearest kilometer means we'll be considering all as a whole number. So it means we'll be also be including zeros because we want to complete count the nearest kilometer, means complete the numbers. All the numbers will be included. So that's why this is of 5 significant figure. Now come to the next one is gram to the 10,000 gram. So 10,000 gram means we will be considering 10,000 digits and the rest of bigger number. So unit, 10, 100, 1000, and 10,000 and 100,000 will be considered. So that's why this is of 2 significant figure. Now this is to the nearest gram, and the number is in gram. So what we'll be doing, we'll be considering that how many kilogram in this gram. So we'll see that there are 100 gram and 100,000 gram. So that's why we'll be considering only kilogram into the significant figure. So that's why it is of 3 significant figure. Though it is the numbers, but there is saying to the nearest kilogram, and here the unit is gram, and we are considering converting to the nearest kilogram, and then we are converting this. So that's why it is of 3 significant figure. Now the next example here is kilogram is there, but we are converting it to the nearest gram. Gram means we will be considering rest 3 digit numbers, because we know that there are 1000 gram in 1 kilogram. So whenever we are converting kilogram into gram, so it means we will be considering first 3 numbers, next 3 numbers as a gram. So that's why we'll be considering next 3 decimal place numbers as a gram number. So that's why 3.845 will be considered as 5 significant figures. Now we are counting it. So we will not be considering, though these are non-zero numbers 2 and 1, but as it is saying to the nearest gram, so that's why we will be considering only gram numbers and removing the rest number. So now this is the same number, and to the nearest kilogram. Nearest kilogram means we will be ignoring the rest of the number because we need to find the kilogram. So it means all the decimal number will be removed. Kilogram and this type of number means will be converted into the whole number. So 23 point whole number will be 24, means 2 significant figures. So that's why this will be have 2 significant figures. Now round up the following. Now we will be going to the exercise, some of the questions. So it is saying round 451 to the nearest tens. So nearest tens, this is first number is unit and tens. So it means we will be removing 1. So if we are removing 1, it is not more 5 or more, so it will be remain 0, and the next number will be having no effect, so it will become 450. So next number is 345 to the nearest 10. Now in this example, whenever we are removing 5, which is in the unit place, so it is 5 or more, so that's why we will be adding plus 1 in 4, so that's why it will not become 340, it will become 350. So that will be your answer. Now this in this example, round to the nearest 100. 100 means unit and tens will be removed, and we will be keeping hundreds number, and rest of the number will be replaced by zeros. So that's why it will become 500, because the number which we are removing 1 is not 5 or more, so the rest of the number will be replaced by zeros. So that's why our 500 is number. Now 96 to the nearest tens. So whenever we are removing units, so this is 5 or more, so whenever it will be replaced by 0, 1 will be added to 9, so it will become 10. So this 10 and 1 0 more will become 100, so it is nearest 10 is 100. And next example, round 849 to the nearest 10. Now we are removing first number, which is 9, so which is 5 or more, so automatically it will become 850, because we are adding 1 to 4, so that will become 850. In this example, round 935 to the nearest 100. Whenever we are converting this into 100, so unit 10 will be converted into zeros, and 100 will remain the same. So now whenever we are keeping 100, and removing the number is 3, so 3 is not 5 or more, so it will remain 0 and nothing will be added, so it will become 900. And next example is round 763 to the nearest 10. So whenever we are converting units into zeros, so this is not 5 or more, so it will become 760. And the next example, round 354 to the nearest 10, again not 5 or more, so this will become 350. And similarly, in the next example, to the nearest 10, so the removed number is which is 7, it is 5 or more, so it will be adding plus 1 and 0, so it will become 910. This is to the nearest 10. Now in next example, you can see that round to the nearest 100, so we will be keeping 100, so the next number which we are removing is zeros, which is not 5 or more, so it will become automatically 800. So 800 will be our answer. Now you can see that round 349 to the nearest 100, so we will be removing 49. So whenever we are removing 49, so the next number immediately number is 4, which is not 5 or more, so that will remain the same. Zeros and zeros will be replaced, and 3 will remain the same. This will become 300. So that's why our answer is 300. Now in next example, round 80 to the nearest 10, so it is already in zero, means no number is there in the unit place, so this is will remain the same. Now round 596 to the nearest 10, so whenever we are removing 6 to it is 5 or more, so that's why it will be giving us 1 to the next number, but this will become 10. So this 10 will be moving 1 to the next number, so it will become 600. So that's why our answer will be of 600. So again, I'm repeating it. 6 is 5 or more, so that's why 9 has added plus 1, but 9 becomes 10. And we know that at 1's place, 10's place, or any place, we cannot keep two numbers, 2 digits. So 0 will remain the same out of 10, and 1 will be moved forward as we do in addition. So 1 will be moved forward to the next number, which was 5. So 5 plus 1 will become 6. So 600 will give us 600. So that's the number. And round 908 to the nearest 100, it has already been, we are removing 0, so 0 will be no change, so this will become 900. And round 963 to the nearest 10, so now we are removing unit place, which is not more than 5 or more, so that's why 960 will be the answer. Then this is not 970, this is 960, it's a correction, you need to correct it. Now to the next round the following numbers to the accuracy of given decimal place. So 1.0509 to the 1 decimal place. 1 decimal place is the first number, so it means rest of the number 509 will be removed. So whenever we are removing 5, it is 5 or more, so it means we will be adding 0 and 1, so it will become 1.1. Now 51.7111, 2 decimal place, so it means we'll be keeping 7 1, these are the after decimal point 2 numbers, we'll be keeping 7 1, and rest of the 1 1 will be removed. So whenever we are removing 11, so the first number is 1, which is not 5 or more, so it will remain the same. So 51.71 will be your answer. Okay, some of the students might write 51.7100. This is not right, because if we'll be writing 51.700, this will be converted into 4 decimal places, which is not required there, because they are asking to 2 decimal places. So that's why we will remove those numbers. We will be removing those, though the zeros are there, but we should not keep it, otherwise it will be considered as decimal places. Now the next example is 10.7542 to 3 decimal places. We will be keeping 7, 5 and 4. So 2 will be removed. 2 is not 5 or more, so that will remain the same, 10.754. So that's why. Now next example is 922.7987 centimeter nearest 0.1 centimeter. What do you mean by 0.1 centimeter? 0.1 centimeter means 1 decimal place, because after the decimal point there is one number, so it means we'll be keeping 1 decimal place and rest of the number 987 will be removed. But whenever we are removing 9, which is 5 or more, so we'll be adding plus 1 to the next remaining number, which is 7. So that's why our number will become 922.8. So this will be your answer. Now come to the next example. 1.3917 centimeter, the nearest 0.01 centimeter. 0.01 means there are after decimal point 2 numbers, so it means correct to 2 decimal places. It means we'll be considering 1.39 and we'll be removing 17 from this number. But whenever we are removing 17, we can see that 1 is not 5 or more, so that's why it will remain the same, 1.39. So 1.39 will be your answer. Now come to the next example, which is 6.5625 to the nearest 0.001. Yes, obviously you now understand that this is up to 3 decimal places. So that's why we'll be keeping 6.256 and we'll be removing 25. So whenever we'll be removing 25, the next number is 2, which is not 5 or more. So that's why our answer will be 6.256, the same number. So that's why our answer. Now the next example is 95.309 centimeter nearest 0.0001 centimeter, which is again important. Now this is centimeter and this is centimeter, so but there is 4 decimal places. So it means we'll be considering 4 decimal places, but here is 3 decimal places. So how will be converting? So the technique is that we'll be putting 1 0 at the end. So this will become 95.3090, which is of 4 decimal places. Now you can see that now these are numbers are 4 decimal places. Though the question was of 3 decimal places, we are asked to convert into 4 decimal places. So whenever we are less in number and we are needing more numbers, so we'll be adding more 0 in decimal places. This is one of the important questions. Now 8th question is 7.29624 centimeter nearest 1 by 10. 1 by 10, if we will be converting 1 divided by 10, this will become 0.1. 0.1 means 1 decimal place. So we will be considering that 1 by 10 means 1 decimal place. So it means 7.2 will remain and 9624 will be removed, but the 9, which is the immediate number, is 5 or more, so that's why we'll be adding 1 to the 2 digit, so that's why it will become 7.3. So that's why our answer is 7.3. Now this is up to the 3 decimal places, because there are 1 by 1000. So 1 by 1000 means 3 decimal place, so we'll be keeping 1, 2 and 3, and 1 will be removed. So 88.148 will remain the same, and 1, because 1 is not 5 or more, so that's why our answer will remain the same, 88.148. So this will be your answer. So sorry, this is not correct, so you need to correct this 148. This is 88.148, this is not 100. Okay, so now the question is 59.17468 to nearest 100th. This is TH in the 100 is determining this 1 by 100. 1 by 100 means 2 decimal places. So that's why we'll be keeping 2 decimal numbers, because this was unit. So this will be 10th. This will be 100th. So that 100th will be considered and rest will be removed. And the immediate number is 4. So 4 is not 5 or more. So that's why our answer will be 59.17. So this is your answer. And this is 204.3882 to the nearest whole number. Whole number means we'll be removing all the numbers after the decimal point. So that's why our answer will be 204. But the immediate removed number is 3, which is not 5 or more, so that's why the answer will remain the same. So that's why 204 will be the answer. This is not right, we have corrected. So now this is 347 nearest centimeter, and we have to convert into millimeter. And we know that 1 centimeter contains 10 millimeter. 1 centimeter contains 10 millimeters, so it means we'll be considering the number up till 1 decimal places, because this is 10th part. Centimeter is the 10th part of this, so that's why we'll be writing 347.5 and removing 5, 6. Last two digits will be removed, but the first removed number is 5, which is 5 or more, so that's why it will be adding +1 here, so 347.6 will be the answer. So this is the right answer. There is the answer of that number, the previous number, you can see it. So now this answer will be coming here. There's some error in adjustment, so you can see it answer. Now this is $367.665 to the nearest cents. Now we know that there are 100 cents in dollar. So that's 100 cents means we'll be considering to the units, tenth and hundredth. So it means we'll not be considering 5, which is the thousandth. So we'll be retaining 2 decimal places, will not be remaining 5. So whenever we are removing 5, which is 5 or more, so it will be adding +1 here. So 3067.67 will be your answer. So this is your answer, 3067.67. So, and this is in dollars, and we are asked to convert into cents. So this will be 306,767 cents. Now we are considering to the nearest cents. So this is to the nearest cents. This is in dollars. Okay. Now this one is 17.0444 kilogram to the nearest gram. So, and we know that in 1 kilogram there are 1000 gram. So that's why we'll be considering up to in 1000 there are 3 zeros. So it means we'll be considering to 3 decimal places, means 0, 4, and 4 will be remaining, and the last 4 will be not be remaining, because this is not in 1000. So that's why we'll be containing these numbers up to 3 decimal places, because of 1 kilogram contains 1000 gram, and in 1000 there are 3 zeros. So that's why we'll be retaining unit, tenth, hundredth and thousands, and we'll not be considering 10,000. So this will be removed, and the last number which is removed is not 5 or more, so that's why our answer will be 17.044 kilogram, but we are converting to the nearest gram, so that's why it will become 17,044 gram. This will be your answer. Similarly, 59.52 to the nearest dollar. Now it says about to the nearest dollar, so we'll be considering the dollar, we'll not be considering 0.52, but we are removing this number. So first number is 5, which is 5 or more, so it will be adding here. So 59 will become 60, so this will be of $60. So hope you understand about the rounding of the numbers. Now come to the significant figures. So let's see, find the number of significant figure here. There are 2 significant figure, 2 non-zero number, so that's why. And now there are 4 non-zero number, 4 significant figure here. 2 non-zero number, but 0 is in between the non-zero number, so again it will be considered significant, so that's why it is of 3 significant figure. Now 357, 3 non-zero number, 3 significant figure, and here you can see that 7.005, though the zeros are there, but zeros are in between non-zero numbers, so that's why these 2 zeros will also be considered significant figures. So that's why these are all 4 significant figures. So now next one is 0.045, and we have heard that the beginning zeros will not be considered as significant, so that's why we have only 2 significant figures, so that's why our answer is of 2 significant figures. Now in this one again the beginning zeros will not be considered, so that's why it's of 3 significant figure, and here at 2.030, and then we know that and decimal places ending 0 will be considered significant, and this is between non-zero numbers, this will be considered significant, and rest non-zero numbers are already significant, so that's why it is of 5 significant figures. Now in this one we know that the between zeros will be considered significant, and decimals ending 0 will be significant, so that's why we'll be saying that all numbers are significant, so that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so this is of 8 significant figures. Now this example you can see that 30.00. If this was 30, it was of one significant figure. Now this is of 30.00 and ending zeros are significant. So not significant and significant numbers and the zero which is not significant, but it is coming between significant numbers. So this is why this will also be considered significant. So that's why it's a 4 significant figure. And in this one, ending zeros again. So that's why it's a 4 significant figure. And the zeros in between the non-zero numbers, so these will also be considered as significant. So that's why this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures. Now another example of rounding off. It says round off 56.4517 to the 3 significant figure. So in counting significant figure, we'll be starting from left to right. Left to right is 5, 6, 4. These are the 3 significant figures. It means we'll be removing 517. So whenever we are removing 517, so 5 is 5 or more. So that's why it will be adding plus 1 here. So it will become 56.5. So this is our round to 3 significant figure. In this example, 5.20763 kilogram will round to the 3 significant figure. Again, we'll be starting from left, 5.20. So it means 3 numbers are here. So we'll be removing 763. But whenever we are moving 763, the first number is 7, which is 5 or more. So it will be adding plus 1 here. So that's why it will become 5.21. Correct to 3 significant figure. Now 15.256 gram correct to the 3 significant figure. So it means we'll be starting from left, 15.2. So these are 3 numbers. So it means 5, 6 will be removed. So the 5 is 5 or more. So that's why it will be adding plus 1 here in 2. So it becomes 15.3. So this is our answer correct to 3 significant figure. Now it says correct to 2 significant figures. So we'll be starting from left. So the first non-zero number is 8 and 3. So these are the 2 significant figures, and the next number, which is 8, will be removed. But this is 5 or more, so that's why we'll be adding plus 1 to 3. So this will become 4. So it will give us our answer as 0.0084. This will be our answer correct to 2 significant figures. Now next one is 33.311 kilogram round to 3 significant figure. So you can see that this is our 3 significant figure, means we will be considering first 3 number and rest will be removed. So this is our 3 significant figure. Now it says to 1 significant figure. So it means we'll be starting from counting. These are not significant, not significant, not significant, just significant. So first significant figure and removing our rest of the number 509. So first number is 5, which is 5 or more. So it means this will be adding plus 1 here. So it will become 0.005. So this will be our answer, 0.005 correct to 1 significant figure. Now 29.405 millimeter correct to 4 significant figures. So we'll be considering 2940 and the next number will be removed. So that's why our answer will be 29.40 is correct to 4 significant figures. Similarly, 22.311 kilometer correct to the 4 significant figures. So we'll be retaining first 4 numbers and 1 will be removed. So that's why 22.31 will be our answer. Now 0.13020 round to 3 significant figures and 3 significant figures. Now what we'll be doing, we'll be converting these to 3 significant figures, means 130, and the next 2 numbers means 20 will be removed. So this is why 0.00130 will be 3 significant figures, because the ending 0 will also be considered as significant. Now in this example, we have to convert this into 2 significant figures. So that's why we'll be considering 3.0 and next 9 to 1 will be removed, but the 9 is 5 or more. So that's why it will be adding plus 1 in the next number, which is 0. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So 3.1 will be correct to 2 significant figures. Now in this example, 0.003519 correct to 1 significant figure. So we'll be retaining the first number, first non-zero number 3. So we'll be removing 519. So 5 the first number is 5 or more, so that's why it will give us plus 1 and 3. So that's why our answer will be 0.004 correct to one significant figure. This is not 33, this is 0. So 0.004 corrected, please. Now the next example is calculate the answer to the appropriate number of significant figures. This is our answer. This is a question. Now we have to add it, but we must remember that the number which was not there, so it will be replaced by 0, so we'll be adding 0 to the number, so the order will be remain the same, so zeros and zeros and zeros. So now the numbers are same, so now we can add these numbers, and after these adding these numbers we get the answer as this one, which is a 7 significant figure. But if you want to take round of numbers to the whole number, so it will become 169 to the 3 significant figure. Similarly, calculate the following numbers to one significant figure. So now this is now 23.7 multiplied by 3.8. So we'll be converting this 23.7 to one significant figure as 20 and 3.8 as 3. So these are one significant figure and one significant figure. So multiplication is easy. So 20 multiplied by 4 is 80. It is of one significant figure, which is ours. Now the next example is 45.76 multiplied by 0.25. So we will be keeping 45.76 as 50, and 0.25 will be considered as 0.3, converting to one significant figure, both of the number to the one significant figure. So 50 multiplied by 3, 0.3 is 15.0, which is a 3 significant figure, but we need one significant figure, so we'll be considering 1 is to 20, which is of one significant figure, because whenever we are taking this number and we don't need this one, so this number is 5 or more, so that's why it will be adding plus 1 to the 1, so that's why it will become 2, and 0 will be placing 0 in place of that one. In decimal we don't write the number, but in a whole number we write zeros, because 0 are not significant. So that's why we must write zeros in whole numbers, but we must not write zeros in decimal. So this is our answer to the one significant figure. Now 81.04 multiplied by 0.001. So we'll be converting 81.04 into one significant figure, which is 80, and 0.0010 to the one significant figure, which is 0.01. So now we will be multiplying, which will give us 0.8, which is already automatically converted into one significant figure. Now next number is 6.47 and multiplied by 64.5. So 6.47 will be converted into one significant as 6, because we are removing this. This is not 5 or more, so this will give us 6, and this will be converted into 4 significant figure. Again, this will give us 60. So 6 multiplied by 60 is 360, which is our 2 significant figure. So now we'll be rounding it off to one significant figure, which is 400. 400 is the answer correct to the one significant figure. So this is our question, which says 43.678 multiplied by 64. So 43 will be converted into one significant as 40, and 64 will be considered as 60. So 40 multiplied by 60 is 2400, which is of 2 significant figures. So we will be rounding it off to one significant figure, which is 2000, which is correct to one significant figure. Now it is about division. So in division you can see that we are dividing and we will be converting it to one significant figure. So that's why 1.67 will be considered as 2, and 0.42 will be considered as 0.4. So both are one significant figure, so we are dividing 2 by 0.4. This will give us 0.8, which is already into 0.2 significant figure. Similarly, 28 divided by 3, we are rounding it off, so 30 divided by 4, which gives us 7.5, which is a 2 significant figure, which is 8 of one significant figure. Now 4278 divided by 1.006, and which is giving us the number to the 4000 divided by 1, which is giving us as 4000, which is already being one significant figure. So now this is a number. Now I'm giving one more example here. If you have a number, if someone says to write 20 into 3 significant figure, so how will be writing? This is one significant figure, so what we'll be doing, we'll be writing 20.0. so 0.0 will be increasing the number into significant. This is significant, this is significant, and the middle number, which was not significant, automatically comes as significant, because zeros in between significant will also be considered significant. So now this is of 3 significant figure. So sometimes you may be asked about to consider the numbers into some significant figure which are not converting into that, so we'll be adding zeros in them, and by in decimal, so we may convert them into significant figures. Let's suppose 0.34 convert to 5 significant figure. So what we'll be doing, we'll be adding zeros in the last number. So 3 zeros will be added in last number. This will give us 5 significant figure. So like this you may do all the calculations. Hope you have understood all the questions, all the estimations and approximation, and if you need any guideline, any support, you may ask me. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.